All right. It looks like we are live. Hello, everybody. Could you just drop me a quick chat response, letting me know that you guys can hear us okay?
Check, 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 check.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. All right, well, hello everyone. My name is Mary Margaret, and I am a content lead and event lead here at Member Solutions. And today I am super honored to be able to showcase with you a really great webinar today with Matthew Brenner, the owner of Double Your Dojo. A little bit about him. Matthew is the go-to expert for martial arts school owners looking to scale their business. Things like increase their retention and dominate their local market without relying on paid advertising to do so. When it comes to organic marketing, Matthew is definitely your guy. So, Matthew helped to grow the Action Karate franchise founded by his brother from 15 up to 30 plus locations. And now he runs Double Your Dojo, where he coaches school owners outside their territory on how to build high revenue, high retention programs using organic marketing strategies through their local education system, i.e., schools and daycares. So, through his Black Belt Business Academy for schools under 100 students and Black Belt Business Elite one-on-one coaching program, Matthew has helped dozens of school owners learn the Triangle Codex system to enroll their new students, which we're going to be talking about today. He's also the host of the Black Belt Business Podcast, where he interviews the top 1% industry leaders, uncovering the real strategies behind the most successful martial arts schools in the world. So, whether it's cracking the code on school partnerships, boosting retention, or turning instructors into high performing leaders, Matthew's mission is simple: help school owners build the business they deserve without burning out. Um, from here, I did want to just quickly let you guys know to please stick around till the end, because the we're going to have a random draw. And one of the lucky participants today will have up to $500 in either cash or in kind to be able to use towards a future event that they're going to be hosting in their community. All right. So from here, I'm going to pass it over to Matt. Matt, we should probably get started on recording this session, yeah? Oh, it's already recording. Perfect. All right. I
Amazing.
will.
Yeah, I'm recording on here too. Uh,
Wonderful.
all right,
Perfect.
perfect. All right, so hopefully everyone can hear me. So thank you guys for coming on today. I am going to move super freaking fast. Okay, I'm gonna pack this with a ton of value for you guys. I think whenever I've joined webinars in the past, sometimes they're very much like pie in the sky and very like salesy. This could be the exact opposite. So if you follow me on social media, then you're gonna know I'm all about like no fluff, all action. So I'm gonna give you guys actionable advice this entire time. So right now, if you have your phone next to you and you're looking at it, or you have another tab up on your screen, close it, put your phone down, have something you can take notes, but not something that's going to be distracting. And really lock in here because you miss one thing, it could be a difference of enrolling 5 students and 25 students. So this is going to be, I'm going to move really, really quickly. I'll have some time at the end. And by the way, if you stick around, I'm going to have some free stuff I'm going to give you guys as well, in addition to the stuff that Mary talked about. So stick around at the end, and I have a bunch of free stuff I'm going to give you guys to make this like the best webinar. That way you can really, really grow your school. So first of all, just like really quickly, I think it's important to recognize this for organic marketing. If for anyone that uses social media, you're going to know when you look online, half the videos and half the content you look at, everyone's questioning, is that real? Is that not real? Is that, did Trump really say that? Like, I don't know, right? Like everything you see on the internet is like, who knows if it's even real anymore, right? With AI. So for a while, organic marketing was like the main thing. When I say organic, I mean at like marketing that you don't pay for. Okay, so if you run Facebook ads, that's not organic marketing. But if you post on social media all the time, that could be a version of organic marketing. If you run birthday parties, that could be organic marketing. If you have a referral program, that could be organic marketing. However, that was like the main thing for a while. Then like social media came along and Google AdWords and people started paying for ads all the time. And that has always been the most popular. And now, or that became the most popular. Now the pendulum's kind of swinging back because people distrust what they see on the internet more than ever. They're like, is that real? Is that not real? So now organic marketing is becoming more important than ever again. Okay, so this is what small businesses are going to be pushing more than ever that they're already doing. Enormous companies are already doing this stuff like that, more grassroots. So if you're like, hey, I love teaching martial arts, but I don't really love ads. I don't really love the online like digital scene, this is going to be for you because I'm going to give you real strategy you can use to get new students in your school. If that sounds freaking awesome, put in the chat box, hell yeah. So just put hell yeah in the chat box. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse. Is hell even a curse? I'm not sure. But put in the chat box, hell yeah, just so I know you're here. You guys are alive and listening to me, and you're not a bunch of AI chatbots also. So put in the chat box, hell yeah, if you're with me. And then we're gonna really just dive in here as quickly. Yeah. All right. Nice. Sherman's in here. Anthony, Daniel, Gabrielle. Don't sleep over there. Nelson. Who else we have? Stephen Schwal. What's up? Dave. Anthony Speckman. Andrew Verdo. Andrew Patoko. If I messed up your name, I apologize. Lynn Jones. Hey, Lynn. All right. Ready, guys? We're going to dive in. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to move fast. So, once again, stay on track because we're going to move really quickly. Let me do here. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And by the way, I'm not going to be able to see your comments as we're going through. So, if you have questions, hold on to them to the end, and then I will answer them. Okay. So if you don't yet, make sure to follow me on social media. On Instagram, it's at Black Belt Brenner 1 or Matthew Brenner on Facebook. I post tons of free resources and content out there for martial arts school owners. So whether you run a judo, karate, taekwondo, does not matter, jujitsu, just make sure to follow me on there because I'll give you free advice and free ways to help grow your school. All right, let's freaking do this. So a lot of people on the East Coast and really like whole United States in the middle had a big giant snowstorm, and this really reminded me of when I was walking. This is the street I was walking on. It was in New Jersey. I was opening my first school. I was 21 years old, and I had uh, a ton of support in terms of growing my business. Even though I was only 21 years old, I had my brother who'd been in the martial arts industry for a long time. I had some of the best mentors in the industry giving me advice. But no matter what I did, I couldn't grow the school. We couldn't get above like 30 or 40 students. Like we were struggling. And I remember specifically walking on the street and taking this picture because it was Thanksgiving Day, right? It was Thanksgiving Day, and I was walking and I was putting flyers on people's mailboxes door to door because I figured, oh, it's Thanksgiving. People are sitting at home doing nothing. And if they see someone walk up to the mailbox and put something in there, they're going to check it. And I spent about 2 hours doing this on Thanksgiving Day, watching people sit down by the fireplace and have dinner. And eventually I got to do that later in the day, right? But it was a really pivotal moment for me because I felt like no matter what I was doing, I couldn't grow my school, even with the best advice. Okay. And that's how I figured out the system I'm gonna be able to teach with you guys because this was like the peak of frustration for me. Like, what am I doing? I can't grow my school. I'm doing everything. I feel like I'm following all the advice that people are telling me, but for some reason I'm stuck. And the purpose of today's webinar is to get unstuck. And the strategies I'm going to share with you is the same ones that this is, was this 2015, so 11 years ago. This is when we use the strategies I'm going to share with you to go from like 50 students to over 200. This is my mom and dad. We had a little wine toast. My family's not drinkers, which is why we're drinking out of a paper happy birthday cup. But we had a little toast to celebrate. So this is the same strategy that Harv Kennedy used to add 53 new students without spending $0 in ads. He's been a long time school owner, had a school for 30 plus years. And he was just like stuck where he was at for a long time. And now that he uses the same strategy Zach and Brianna Hayden used to collect 643 leads, 32 new students, and added $57,000 in new revenue all within 6 months. Once again, $0 spent on ads. Same thing Jed Jones used to add 170K in revenue to his school about 8 10 month frame, and once again $0 an ad. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the same thing, just like John. He went from 45 to 60K a month in recurring revenue in just 6 months doing the same exact strategies. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys so you can do the same thing. And if at the end of the call you want help, I'm going to give you guys some free resources. If you schedule a call with me, a discovery call, to see if I can help your specific school. If I can, great. If not, all good. But I'll give you guys some free stuff as like a incentive to do so. All right. So, because I can't really hear you guys talk, I'm gonna say these as like I'm gonna just say them out loud, but obviously I can't hear you guys. But like most martial arts schools, they don't really have an ongoing organic marketing strategy. Maybe they do community events here and there. Maybe they do birthday parties, but don't really have an ongoing marketing strategy. And maybe they've tried to get into schools or daycares before, but they found it impossible to get someone to call them or email them back. Okay. So maybe you did a school program before, but they said, oh, you need to check in with the district. You need district approval. You need blah, blah, blah. And by the way, if any of this stuff is like resonates with you, just like chime in the chat box, even if I can't see it right away. I can see some in the chats. Like Steven asked, your examples tend to feature kids. Is this the advisable target? Yes. This is going to be mainly for martial arts schools that have a kids program. If you don't have a kids program, you can just exit now. This is not really, and you probably get some benefit from it, but this is going to be mainly for recruiting new students as kids. Okay. This webinar is not really focused on adults. All right. So if you ever tried gym teacher for a day or anti-bullying distraction, anti-bullying workshop, and you got little or no results, this is going to be for you. So if you like $42,000, and I'll show you the math exactly how to do it, even if you mess a lot of it up, put in the chat box me. If you want 42K in new student revenue, put in the chat box me because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, the math behind it, how you can do it. Very, very simple. Okay. Yeah, but yes, no. Sherman said yeah. Sherman O'Connor's in. Daniel said yeah. I just like you guys to keep me motivated. Make sure you guys are all here. I don't want to talk to like a blank screen so much. All right. Anthony said me. Awesome. Steven said he gets crickets when he tries to get to school programs. Steven, I get you, dude. Like, I've been in the same spot. All right, so this is going to be the Triangle Codex Secrets Revealed, how to get 30 new students for free in 60 days. Let's bang in. Okay, you're going to learn how to hack your way into schools, even if you've been denied before. Remember, I told you guys I'm going to move lightning fast. I want to jam pack this with you guys with value, okay? How to collect 1,000 burning hot leads for free, how to become the go-to martial arts school in your area, and stick around for free stuff. Okay, not like Martha's. Not this is not Martha Stewart. This is Oprah. Not like Oprah. You're not gonna get a car under your seat. That'd be pretty cool. But you get some other cool stuff that will probably make you more money than a car. Okay, so for people who don't know who I am, just a little bit of background. I'm a huge Eagles fan from Philadelphia. This is me at the Super Bowl a couple years ago. It was one of the Super Bowls they lost. It sucked. Me and my buddy Josh. I'm owner of operator of 3 schools. I actually recently sold one, so now I have 2 schools. But we have part of a franchise right here. This just shows all the franchisee owners. Started by my brother Solomon, and we have now 36 schools, so a big family of schools. So you're not talking with someone who's just a marketing person. You're talking with someone who currently owns and operates martial arts schools. I write the Black Belt Business Newsletter. It's a free newsletter for martial arts school owners. That QR code will not work. Don't click on that. I just read to my website. You can reach out to me on social media later. I can send you how to get into the newsletter. But I post 3 days a week. I'm one of 9 kids with my mom over there. That's right. 9 kids, same 2 parents, still together. Pretty freaking crazy. I don't make websites. I don't run ads. I don't sell software. Besides being a martial arts school owner, I'm a one-on-one coach. I'm a coach who helps school owners do only one of 2 things. One, implement an evergreen organic growth strategy through the Triangle Codex, which I'm going to show you today, so you never have to depend on ads. And 2, help you create a training and certification programs for your staff so you can go on vacation and not worry about your school or playing catch up when they're back. Okay. So if you want either one of those 2 things, that's exactly what I help people do. I show them how to create training programs for their staff so they can go on vacation and not to be stuck doing everything on their own forever. All right, so let's talk about online marketing. Online marketing is kind of like a big open ocean. So imagine you're gonna put your bait on a hook. I don't really fish, but you guys will get the analogy. So you're gonna put your bait on a hook. You're gonna cast it out in the open ocean. Okay, and online marketing, when you do this, you're not just competing against the other martial arts school areas and other martial arts schools in your area. You're competing against Target, Tide, Coca-Cola. That's what online marketing is. That's why online marketing becomes so expensive over time. When Facebook's first started, it was cheap, but it gets more and more expensive, and the quality always goes down. Okay, so it becomes kind of unsustainable for a lot of people. And that's why online marketing is so difficult because you're kind of fishing in the same open ocean as everyone else. Organic marketing, we're casting our bait and our hook into a barrel. We're going directly where our students are. Okay. And the reason why this is important is because even if you're not that good at it, like your bait isn't that good, like your pictures and videos aren't that great, maybe your website's just okay, your online marketing's not that good, it doesn't matter. Because if you cast the bait in the right barrel, no matter how good it is, the fish are still going to bite because they're all swimming in that one spot. So that's what organic marketing is, and that's what we're going to focus on. So here's the bird's eye view. And I hope you guys are still with me because I know I'm moving freaking lightning speed. Okay. So bird's eye view. We're going to go to a school. Okay. We're going to talk about who to hack our way into, like basically who to talk to. Um, then we're gonna go to the school. And then we're gonna take those students and we're gonna convert them into martial arts students in our school, and then recycle. So we're not gonna do like some program where you're at the school for PE teacher for a day for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, or part of the school program. No, we want to convert students into our school as quickly as possible so they can learn real martial arts in our school with our facilities. So you can increase your monthly recurring revenue. This is not about making a couple $100 from doing a program in a school. This is about getting people in your school and increasing your monthly recurring revenue. Okay. So here's the math of the opportunity. Let's say you only have 6 eligible public and private schools in your area. Let's pretend there's only 6. I'm assuming unless you're in a rural area, you probably have more than 6 within driving distance. But let's pretend you only have 6 just to make it simple. Let's say you get denied by 3 of them. 3 of them say, "We don't like you. Your haircut's ugly, and we think martial arts is weird." Like, all right, that sucks. All right, so you get denied by 3 of them. So you get accepted by only 3. Let's say each school has only 350 kids. That's 1,050 kids total. Okay. Now, what we look for in a conversion rate when we do programs through the Triangle Codex is a conversion rate between 1 and 3% within 1 week. That means within 1 week, we want to convert between 1 and 3% of the students that we talk to. Okay. Let's assume a 3% conversion. That's 21 new students within your first week. Okay. Obviously, you'll get people a couple weeks after, get a couple of months after, even years after, you'll get people because they already saw you, they like you, and trust you because you taught them in person. So that's the power of this. Okay. Let's assume you only get into a couple of the schools, you only do a small conversion percentage. Like this is massive. So if each student is worth $2,000 per year, obviously depends on how much you charge for tuition, but let's just say about 2K a year. That's $42,000 generated from one day's worth of marketing effort. Who would like $42,000? You guys said you would, right? That's exactly how to do it. Okay. And I don't know anything else you can do that has a bigger ROI. I literally don't know nothing in the martial arts business. I talk with the biggest leaders in my Backpack Business podcast, the people who are the top 1% in our industry. I don't know anything that gets a bigger ROI for your return on your investment in terms of like energy, because that's what's going to take. All right. And by the way, this number doesn't include friends of those members who join, retail sales, event sales, and students who are interested and maybe you might join months later. Okay. So that's really like the most basic number you will get right away within the first week. All right. And worst case scenario, let's say you get no one to join your school, which would be terrible, but let's just pretend. Worst case scenario, you'll collect thousands of leads for free through a waiver form like this. Okay, which we'll show you how to collect later. Don't uh don't worry about that QR code this for right now. It's not going to get you this thing, but just ignore that. All right. And when you do things that other people can't or unwilling to do, this is how you dominate a market for years. Okay, so this could be you in your martial arts school because most martial arts school owners are not doing this stuff right now. Okay, they're running Facebook ads, running Google AdWords. That's pretty much it. People have gotten lazy. So when you put in this extra effort, you will dominate your area. Okay, become part of the education system, and then you'll be super happy like SpongeBob over here, and you'll do some dances. All right. So let's talk about how to put this into action. Put this all together. Okay, put the puzzle pieces together. Secret number one. Hope you guys are still with me. I'm moving fast as hell. All right. Keep you guys on your toes. All right. Secret number one is going to be school hacking. Okay. So school hacking is going to be like who to target. Okay. So this is going to be like who you actually talk to when you want to get involved in a school. Typically, we're gonna focus on the guidance counselors. Why the guidance counselors? Because they're a little bit more parent facing. Like they're a little more accessible. Principals are a little bit more difficult. They have more on their plate. Guidance counselors are used to talking to parents, used to talking to parents about their kids' problems, and they usually do like coordinate some of the outside events, especially for enrichment for the kids. So we like to target the guidance counselor. And here's how I figured this out. Okay. I was trying to get into school programs. I heard everyone here has probably heard about doing a program at school before. If you haven't, that'd be a little bit surprising. But most people have heard about it. They just never figured out a way to make it work or make it worth their time. Maybe they did them and they never got really a lot of students out of it. So it really wasn't worth all the effort. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. But I was trying everything I possibly could to get into schools and because I was struggling. And I remember one day I was sitting in the office and I was making phone calls and I had visited the schools previously. I sent emails like they told me to send, but no matter what I did, I couldn't get people to call me back. And that's how I figured out what's called the who dat strategy. Basically, what I did, and this happened totally by accident, it was not like some genius move, it was totally by accident. I was in the office, had my feet up on the desk on one of those reclining chairs, and I am calling the guidance counselors. I'm like, all right, I'll call them one more time. I found their name and numbers in the school's directory on their website. It's all public information. I started calling them, and they weren't answering. And honestly, I called so many times, I'd been there so many times that like I just got lazy. And I just left him a voicemail and I said, instead of saying like, hey, my name's Matthew, I teach at Action Karate, we do free programs to local schools, like give me a call back. I didn't do any of that. I was freaking lazy and just like, didn't want to do it. And I said, hey, this is Matt, give me a call back. My number is blah, 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 blah. Well, something crazy happened I did not anticipate. About an hour later, I got a call back. And it was Nancy from the local elementary school, from Weller Elementary. And she said, hi, I got a call from Matt. And I'm like, I'm sorry, who is this? She's like, it's Nancy. Oh, hi, hi. And all of a sudden, I was like so shocked that this person actually called me back. And then I was able to set up an appointment with her, and then which led to a school program, which led to about 18 new students. Okay. So then the craziest part about that is I got two more calls that night and then two more calls the next morning. And that's how I invented what's called the Who Dat strategy, which is when you leave a nondescript voicemail for a guidance counselor or a school principal or whoever you want to talk to that basically tells them nothing. It's almost like you're a friend leaving a voicemail. It's like, hey, it's Matt, give me a call back. Here's my number. And when you say that, they think that they should know you and they will actually call you back. And this gives you the opportunity to even speak to them because if you leave a voicemail or just call them or just email them, they're probably going to ignore it. So this opens your window so you can even have a conversation. Pretty kind of silly, right, guys? Like how that works. That's called the who dat strategy. But then, like, okay, that gets you on the phone, but how do you actually hack your way in? Well, here's the 5 sentences to instantly hack your way in. One is you got to make a connection. You want to introduce yourself as someone like them. You run the school down the street. You're a teacher like them. You're not a martial arts business owner. Don't don't make a connection like that. Like, hey, my name's Matt. I run a martial arts school down the street. I'm a teacher just like you, and just paint yourself as a teacher just like them. Okay, don't paint yourself as like a business owner. When you're a business owner, that raises red flags. Oh, we don't work with businesses. When you paint yourself as like just like a teacher, you just teach a different topic or different subject, like martial arts, they're more likely to listen to you. Okay. Then you need social proof. If you've ever done any programs in any of the schools in your area, like if you've done anything in a local school, you want to mention that immediately. Hey, we do programs at local schools in the area, like we've done at this school or this school or this school. Say that. Okay. You want to use social proof. It's kind of like you want to think about it like you're getting invited to the party. If you're getting invited to imagine you're in college or something, you're trying to get into a party. If they don't know who you are, they're probably not going to let you in. But if you know a friend who lives there or know a friend who's in the party, oh, I'm friends with James, oh, I'm friends with Alex, it automatically shows social proof and they're way more likely to let you in. Same thing here. You want to mention other schools in your area if you've done anything with them previously. That way they're like, oh, he's worked with other people in the school district. Oh, he must be trustworthy. Okay. And if you don't have that, you just say one of the parents recommended you reach out. So one of your parents or your students, you might say, "Oh, like I know Alex come this school, Alex Cardinal, his mom recommended I reach out to you." And just use like one of your students as parents as a reason to reach out. Okay. So that's another way. But you need some sort of social proof instantly. That way you're even able to have the conversation. You want to build some rapport. How long have you been there? If you have any students who go there, you can talk about them, any shared interests. Okay. And this is my favorite part. You want to have FOMO. You want to let them know that you feel bad for not getting to them sooner. Somehow they missed it. So you're like, oh, we do those programs at these local schools, but I feel bad I haven't gotten to you guys sooner. I apologize. Somehow I missed it. And then you can talk about the brief explanation of the program and set up an appointment. So here's what we say. Just like each child is different, so is every school. So the free programs we teach are custom tailored for each school. Now the problem is I don't set up anything over the phone until I actually get to meet the guidance counselor and see if this is even a good fit. and create a program that's designed around your school's needs. I also feel it's better to talk face to face instead of being some weird stranger calling you over the phone. Ha ha ha. I have 15 minutes on Wednesday or blah 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 time. Which can you do for a quick meeting? Okay. And this is the script. This whole thing takes 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, maybe 10 at max. But your whole goal is to set up an appointment with them in person. If you set up an appointment with them in person, that's like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. You're gonna set up a program with the whole school. Okay. If you guys are still with me, just I know you guys are still alive, just comment in the chat box with me or with you or something like that. That way I know you guys are still here. Yeah, Sherman's with me. Is this helpful so far, guys? Like, I know I'm going through a lot quickly, but I want to give you guys real strategy. Gabrielle says it is. Sherman says it is. I appreciate you guys chiming in here and not just like doing something else on your phone or your computer and acting like you're working, but not actually getting better. Okay. All right. Let's keep it going, guys. Thank you for chiming in. All right. Now, if you go in person and they say, "Do you have an appointment?" You just say no. I do not have an appointment. And then they'll say, "Oh, let me check if this person's available." We can talk more about that later, but don't be nervous about being rejected at the door. If you go in person, here's how we approach if we go in person. We say, "Hi." This is a version of the Who Dat strategy. "Hi, my name is Matt." Or sorry, that's not what we say. Reverse that. "Hi, I'm here to see," insert guidance counselor's name. "Hi, I'm here to see Jessica." You can tell her it's Matt. I usually show up without an appointment or anything. Okay. If I show up to the school, it's going to say, "Hi, I'm here to see." I have to say the person's name. If I say, "Hey, I'm here to see the guidance counselor," they're going to know immediately that I don't know who it is. Okay. So you have to say, "Hi, I'm here to see Jessica." You can tell her it's Matt. And they might say, "Do you have an appointment?" You'll say, "No." And they'll say, "Oh, let me see if I can get them." About half the time, they'll grab them for you right there in that moment. And you'll be able to have a meeting in that moment and schedule another meeting, which is amazing. About half the time, they'll say, "No, they're busy. Can you leave your number?" And you'll do that too. Okay. It's not the result of one school. Nothing you say is going to work on every single school immediately. It's a result of 10. You approach 10, all you need to get is like two of them, maybe three if you're lucky. And then you use those as social proof to get to the other ones. Okay. So it builds up over time. All right. Steven's like, "Are the slides available? Can't write that fast." Steven, yeah, we're going to send out a copy of the slides. Don't worry. Just try to soak this in for now and you'll get a copy of the slides later. So you guys. But write any questions you might have down. Okay. So here's what you want to wear if you go to a school. You want to dress like a teacher. Think about what teachers wear. Don't look like some weirdo in a martial arts uniform who they've never seen before. And they're like, "Oh my God, who is this crazy person?" Dress like a teacher. If you want to have something with your logo on it, that's cool. But think about what a teacher would wear. That's what you want to wear. So that way you look kind of like them. People like people that look like them. Okay. You want to bring a gift with you on this meeting. So if you have like a book you want to give them that's really helped you, I like to use the book Grit by Angela Duckworth, and I put a little note on there. I'm like, "Hey, this has helped me as a teacher. I think this would really help you. I really love it." Bring some sort of gift. That way, there's a rule of reciprocity. They're going to feel, which means the rule of reciprocity, if you don't know, is means that like when you help someone, they feel more inclined to help you. Okay. Or if you give them something, they feel more inclined to give you something. So you can give them like a little gift. They're more likely to give you their time. When you get to the meeting, here's what to say. Okay. Well, so let's say you set up that 10, 15-minute meeting, whatever it is. Here's what to say. Uh, it, and actually, let me tell you what not to say. Don't talk about bullying. Okay. Not anymore. I think a lot of school owners used to talk about bullying and say, "Hey, like this is, we're going to do bully prevention and blah, blah, blah." Most schools I found actually don't want that anymore. Why? Because they don't want all the kids to go to their parents at the end of the day and say, "Oh, I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied." Because it creates a shitstorm for the schools. Okay. So they actually don't want that. Instead, and I know some people still do this. Okay, great. And by the way, like, I feel like more than anything, when are kids going to learn real bully prevention? When they're at your school learning real martial arts. They're not going to learn it in like some 30-minute class at their school. Like that's not really going to happen. Okay. So, how do you actually figure out what to teach at the school? Well, we use the Socratic method. The Socratic method is the way of asking questions, as many as you possibly can. Um, in order to find out what they actually want. Okay. So if they say like, "Oh, what do you guys do? Like, what do you teach in the class?" We'd say like, "Oh, well, every child is different. So is every school. So what issues are you having in your school that you feel like, the kids need to hear about from someone besides the normal teachers?" And then we will custom design the program for the school based on what the school actually wants. If they ask me a question about it, I'll use the Socratic method and ask them a question back. That way, they're able to really, I'm able to customize the program based on what the school actually wants and needs, and that's how they become your biggest cheerleader. Okay. So sometimes you have to give them what they want in order to get what they need. Here's what I mean by that. Okay. You guys are gonna laugh at me. This is a foster dog I had. Okay. Her name was Bella. I had never had a dog before. I love dogs. Okay. I just never had one. My family didn't have one growing up. And Bella, I was fostering her for 2 weeks and I picked her up and she had something like a heartworm or something like that. I forget what it was exactly, but she had some sort of issue and they told me that she needed to take some pills, some medication, and I had need to give her 2 pills a day. And once again, never had a dog before, was very excited to have Bella. And and what happened was and if you have a dog, you're gonna laugh at me like you're an idiot. Is I didn't know how to give her the pill. So like I put it in front of her. I assume she's a dog. She'll eat anything, but she kind of like licked it, smelled it, and then dropped it on the floor. And I was like, oh man, okay, let me try a different way. Then I pretended it was a toy, and I'm like holding up and down, moving around, we're playing, put it back in front of her. She licks it, smells it. It's not like a gross like slobber covered pill. It's on the floor. She refuses to eat it. So I called my friend and I said, hey, my friend he owns a couple dogs, and I'm like, hey, how do I get Bella to take this pill? I don't know what to do. And first he laughed at me. He's like, you're dumb. Second of all, he's like, you need to give the dog what it wants in order to get what she needs. She's like, he said, wrap it in peanut butter. She'll eat it immediately. Great. Took out a spoon of peanut butter, put the pill in, put it out. Dog Bella ate it immediately. Okay. Why? Because I gave her what she wanted in order to get what she needs. Okay. And that's the same thing when we do school programs. We want to give them what they want in order to get what they need. What they really need, of course, if they want to build confidence and respect and focus, and they're going to need to train in our school. But we have to give them what they want first. So that's why we customize the program based on what they want. Okay. Now, you guys with me here? Does that make sense? You got to give people what they want in order to get what they need. Okay. So that's how you want to think about it. All right. So next thing we're going to talk about is like, in order to get what they want, in order to give them what they want, in order to get what you know they need, is you need to get waiver forms. Okay. These are the waiver forms we give out that we require the students fill out. So we're able to collect their information. If you do not collect their information, they are most likely never going to come to your school. You might get a couple students that are high intent, great, but most of the kids are not going to do anything. You want to collect their information so you can reach out to them later. You can do outbound marketing. Okay. You need to get waiver forms. If you get nothing else from today, bare minimum, just get waiver forms. You do a school program. That way you can actually reach out to them. Okay. We're going to pop through I'm going to move quickly, guys. So we're not going to get to everything today, but I'll get through a lot. So even if I just stop right now, it's ridiculous amount of information. All right. Number one goal before you leave the school is you want to have an appointment set up. Okay. And when you have that appointment set up, boom, now you're going to create a program that's so good because it's designed about what the school actually wants. And when I say program, I mean, you're going to teach some sort of martial arts during usually we teach 30-minute classes to the entire school in groups of 100 or less. Um, and the reason why we do that is because it's like groups of 100 or less because we want the kids to be involved and have fun. But we also don't want to teach groups of 30 when we have to, that way, if it's a huge school, we'd have to be there for like a month or something to get all the kids. Okay. So the number one goal before you leave the school when you have that meeting is set up a time to come in and actually teach these classes. So usually we'll come for 2 or 3 days in a row. We'll do 2 or 3 sessions in a row during those 2 or 3 days. That's it. And we teach the entire school. We get waivers from everyone. Okay. And then we'll get testimonials while we're there. So these are some of the testimonials we'll get. We'll ask each teacher if we can take a picture of them. Not everyone will say yes. All you need is a couple of them to say yes. And you'll talk about what they actually want or what they actually liked about the program. Hey, can you tell me what you liked about the class today? And I'll give you a couple sentences. We'll put this on our website and we'll send this to the other schools we're not in as social proof so they let us in. You guys with me here? You guys see how this all like snowballs? Okay. All right, let's keep going here. So here's how you convert them into new students from the seminar. First of all, when you do the seminar in the school, we call this the perfect micro seminar. We want to tell them what's going to happen when kids register. So what's going to happen is when they register. So we hand out a an invitation to the our school at the end of the class. We got to make the class really fun. We got to customize a portion of the class based on what the teachers actually, what the staff said that they wanted us to talk about. But it needs to be active. The kids need to have fun, and then we're going to pre-frame what's going to happen. Okay, so we'll pre-frame like, hey, here's what happens when you're going to register. You're going to have a chance to earn a white belt. Ignore number two. And you're going to do what's called, you're going to give out a ticket. Okay. The ticket, or you can call it an invitation, is what you give to the kids before they leave. Okay. So if you call it a flyer, it's going to raise red flags to the staff to be, oh, we can't have flyers from businesses. But if you call it a ticket or you call it an invitation, it doesn't raise the same red flags. And you'll say, hey guys, here's an invitation to come try out class at our school. You'll get to break a board, you'll get to earn a wipeout. It's super fun. And we're gonna have a pizza party for you guys. So if you want to register, if you want to reserve your spot, give this to mom or dad right when you get home. And we tell the kids about it. We show them a white belt at the end of the class. Now they're super excited. Now we have all their information. So not only they're going to tell their parents, but we're going to text and email them, and we're going to tell their parents about the free class. Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's skip that one. And then of course you got to contact your hot leads. You got all these leads. You just taught them a class. You gotta contact them immediately. If they can opt out at any moment. If they say stop or unsubscribe, cool. Don't ever text them again. But the waiver says that we're allowed to text them. And if they say stop, no big deal. We just stop texting them. Okay. Then we're gonna do what's called a wipeout ceremony. All right. The wipeout ceremony. This is that free class that we invite them to. We record the entire thing. And then we have what's called an irresistible offer. See that this is a whiteboard over here. You're just looking at the back side of it. This is me. And this is a bunch of kids from a local school. We're going to give them a special offer that they cannot resist. Okay. And when people are clients of mine, I help them create their special offer that I know will convert into new students because if their special offer sucks, you'll get one new student. If your special offer is good, you should convert between 40 and 50% of the room. Okay, so if you look at all these kids here, this is an actual video, it's just a screenshot. But if I showed you the whole video, you would see like a whole group of people lining up, and it's usually about half the room is going to enroll. Okay, so that's really what we look for. So if you have a group of one, two, I don't know what this is, 20 kids, I'm going to look for 10 new students, no trials, no discounted tuition, full membership right there. Okay, so but you need to have a really good irresistible offer, and that's what I show my clients how to do. Okay. So if you want to do this, you have to preheat these leads. So you got to have the memberships go out in advance, so they know what they know what our memberships are before they even get there. So they're already able to kind of think about it a little bit. We schedule this. We send out our schedule in advance. We send out testimonials in advance. We do what's called a price marinade. Which is something for another time. Irresistible offer at the end, which I already mentioned, and we have to have urgency and scarcity. Urgency and scarcity is how you create an irresistible offer. You'll say, "Hey, at the end of the offer, whatever offer you give is good for today only, and there's only this many spots. I know about only half the room's going to enroll anyway, so if there's 20 kids, I'll say the offer is good for today only, and it's only available for the first 10 students. After that, we can't do any more because we don't have enough spots on our mat." Okay. That way people are like, boom, I got to sign up right now. Okay. And that's what creates a buying frenzy for a mass enrollment. Same strategy that Felicia and Sean used. They went from 28K to 70K in monthly recurring revenue doing these programs over and over. Like literally the exact copy and paste system that I give my clients that I can give you guys to be able to help you do this step by step by step and help you along the way. Michael Mertens, he's cool because he owns like was it 5 schools? So he's a very sophisticated martial arts school owner. He already did school programs. He was already crushing them. He already did a good job with them. But he's like, hey Matt, I heard you doing better. Can you show me how to do it? Using my strategy, he added 61 new students and added 146K in yearly revenue. Okay, in just 6 months. Do you guys see the power of this? You guys with me? Like, do you guys see how this really adds up if you do it all put together? So there's three parts to the Triangle Codex. There's schools. Okay. The Triangle Codex is the three-part system that we use to recruit new students organically. Today we talked about schools. We didn't even talk about daycares or businesses. Okay. We didn't even get to those. So just schools has a massive upside to it. Okay. So we didn't have time to talk about how to get the kids actually excited to convert them. We just talked very surface level. We didn't talk about, how to secure your position to become the go-to martial arts school in the area so no other martial arts schools can get in there. And we didn't talk about how to get teachers to sell the program for you. And we didn't talk about exactly how the mass enrollment system works. There's a lot of pieces to it. Okay. But if you become a client of mine or you listen to the podcast, you better get help with that. Okay. Now, there's also a way to recruit cheerleaders, i.e., the school's teachers, to become your biggest cheerleaders. Like, how do you get your school's teachers to like promote your program to everyone? And we didn't talk about how to become a celebrity sensei through this process, where you become the martial arts guy in the area, kind of like Master Kan, the ultimate sensei. Okay. So here's the deal. This is my Rolodex I usually give to my clients. Okay. So when people come up, become a client of mine, this is the Rolodex I give them. This is basically the spreadsheet we use to keep track of every school, the guidance counselors, the staff, all the daycares, everything. And this is how we keep track of like how many students we're getting from them, how many leads, who we're set up with, who we're not. This thing just alone, I've sold for $1,500 before. Okay. Here's the deal that I'm gonna give for you guys. I'm gonna show you an example. Okay. Let me open this up. So this is the Rolodex I showed you the screenshot of. That was not filled out. This is one that's filled out. Okay, this is one of my clients. His name is Jed. We keep track of his schools, daycares, and businesses in the bottom. Then we keep track of like how many students he actually get. So if you look here, this is where we keep track of everything. We're super organized about it. So he looks like has about 533 leads so far, and he's converted about 80 of them. Okay. These are not people who just visit his website. These are not people who came through ads, just organic through the schools. Okay, so you guys can see how powerful this actually is. When you join my program, I actually go over this with you guys, and we look at it every single day. Not every single day, but like every meeting we have together. And that way, you guys, we keep track of like what's working, what's not working, and make sure that like you don't miss a step in order to convert new students. Because if you try to do this on your own, you guys are smart. You probably figure out a lot of this out on your own. But if you want the copy and paste system that like Fari used, he's a multi-school owner. He increases revenue by 20%. All you got to do is schedule a free 10-minute discovery call with me here. So take out your phone right now, schedule a call with me here. I'll send you the Rolodex for free. So instead of charging you $1,000 or $1,500 for the Rolodex, two things will happen. One, I'll send you the Rolodex for free just for scheduling a call with me. We'll talk for 10 minutes casually. We'll say, I'll see if I can actually help your school. If I can, great. If I can't, no big deal. Get the Rolodex for free. Sounds good. Hopefully, I'm at least able to give you some value over the phone. Okay, so take out your phone right now, scan this QR code, schedule a call now. If you want to get the Rolodex, you have to schedule a call today. So if you're like, oh man, I was going to do this later, I'm going to get back to you. I'm not going to send you the Rolodex for free. And as a bonus, I'll even create a game plan for you. If your school brings in at least 20K a month, so that's like the bare minimum for this part of it. If your school brings in at least 20K a month in revenue, I'll even make you a custom organic marketing game plan for you completely for free, just for scheduling a call. Okay. It has to happen while you're on the call today. If you say, hey, to do it later, you probably never will anyway. So it's not going to matter. Schedule a call now for later this week, and I can see if I can help you guys. If I can, great. If not, all good. Cut me off your list. Hopefully that was helpful. I know I move fast as hell. I think I need a break with my voice. So thank you guys for being here. Take out your phone, schedule it now, and I'll help you guys. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt.
Whew. I got done in
Um,
45 minutes, Margaret. I feel like I should get like some sort of lollipop, like right on the dot.
You probably have noticed, everyone, that we have another guest that's joined us. This is our client success rep, Avery Leary. He's here to answer any questions that you may have about the platform as well. But before we do the Q&A, I did want to just do a little bit of housekeeping for everybody. Just wanted you to know that if you are interested in going to any of our other events in the future, you can always check out our website at membershipsolutions.com/events. I'm going to post the link in here. We're going to be having webinars go out every month, and they're going to be related to similar types of high value content, just like the one that was presented by Matt today. And I'll also share with you guys our event. Oh my goodness, where is it? Um, our event sponsorship information sheet. So as you guys know, one lucky individual is going to be at the end of this Q&A session selected to potentially have one of their events sponsored. But I just wanted to share with you the information sheet just in case you are interested and want to connect with us in the future. But from here, I'm going to actually pass it over to Matthew and Avery to be able to answer your guys' questions. I see that we do have one open right now. Oh, it looks to be Stephen. Stephen, I will actually answer this one. We'll get the slides to you via email. We should have the slides as well as the recording to you before tomorrow. All right, I'll wait a few seconds here and see if we have any more questions come in.
And just so you guys know, like while this is happening, um, for all the school owners I've worked with, so if you're in Philadelphia area or South Jersey, I cannot help you legally because you're in our territory. So if you're in that area, I'm sorry, you can listen to this and get help, but I can't help you personally. Um, Lynn Jones, if you're brand new, this could definitely help. If you're brand new, yeah, definitely can as long as you teach kids. If you're like a part-time instructor, this is not going to be for you. This is really for people who run like this is like their full-time job. If it's not, then like it's hard. It's really hard to make this stuff work. This needs to be your full-time job. And like what I do for my clients, the ones you saw who had like crazy case studies, is I give them the entire system A to Z, like copy and paste, and that way it's done for you. It's like, okay, here's what to say, here's how to say it, here's the Canva templates, the text templates, email templates, here's how to convert them to new students, here's how to create your offer, here's what to send them beforehand, afterwards, yeah, everything to make it happen. So you don't have to figure it out on your own. You can just have it done that works, and then we help you guys along the way to make it actually work. So instead of just getting all the stuff and like that's it, good luck. So it'd be like getting like, I don't know, a bunch of YouTube tutorials about how to do Taekwondo or something. We actually help you along the way with each step. That way you can get a ton of new students.
Right. I don't see any other questions coming in. Should we wait a few more moments, Matt?
I put the link in the I put the link in the chat box, guys. Oh, Sherman, I think that's a question. I put the link in the chat box. So if you like couldn't if you're on your phone and you couldn't find the um and you couldn't find the if you couldn't scan the QR code, I put the link in the chat box. You can just type it in right there. Sherman, what's your question? I use specific CRM. They offer something similar to this. I don't know that. How am I supposed to know the difference of what that is and what this is? Sorry, Sherman, that's not enough like context for me to answer that question. Are you asking questions about member solutions? Or are you asking questions about organic marketing? Use Ignite with Spark. Got it. I just don't understand your question. Are you asking about software? Or are you asking about organic marketing? I don't know what they do for organic marketing. All I know is I've spoken at Spark. And yeah, so they have a similar product where they provide. I mean, listen, a lot of people provide templates for on Canva. This is like a whole organic marketing system for schools, daycares, and businesses. This is my bread and butter. This is exactly what I do for the biggest coaches in the industry. That's why Spark had me come out there and talk about it. So this is all I do. Okay. So it's like, some software, some companies could offer something that does it. It's kind of like, I don't know, like Nike might make a suit, but they're known for their sneakers, right? So yeah, like other companies might have something like that, but when school owners who are sophisticated, yeah, like they're gonna come to me. Why would I use you versus them? I mean, look at the testimonials. I don't know. Maybe use them. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would say, I would say, look at the testimonials, look at all my case studies, look at all the people that have gotten help. I don't know exactly what they offer, so I can't tell you like, they offer this and I offer that. Like, check out my website, check what people have said about me. If you want quick results, just copy and paste and help you along the way for organic marketing. That's what I do. Cool. All right, guys. Have a great rest. Oh, that's good. That's the answer I'm looking for. All right, cool.
All
Any other
right.
questions?
Yeah, while we're waiting for other questions to roll in, I'm just going to share my screen and then we can go through the spinner and see who won. Okay, let's see if I can do this. This is my first time on Zoom. Do and share. Can everybody see the spinner? All right, I see a comment, so I think we're good. I'm just gonna click the little spinner real quick. Wow, congratulations, Gabriella. I'll be reaching out to you shortly after our session to be able to allow you to claim your prize. All right, do we have any other questions that came in? All right, it looks to be good to go. Oh, so many comments. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I think, I think if Matt, if you're cool with it, I think that we will cap it here. Everyone
Thank
seems
you,
to have their
guys. Hopefully that
questions.
was helpful. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
See you later.